Hey, English learners!
Welcome back.
If you are watching this right now, I want you to know something important before we even begin today's episode.
The fact that you are here right now watching an English podcast when you could be doing 100 other easier things says everything about who you are.
It says you are someone who has not given up, even when it is hard, even when progress feels invisible, even when you are exhausted.
And today's episode is for exactly that person.
The one who is tired, the one who is struggling, the one who is starting to wonder, is all of this effort actually worth it?
We hear you. We see you. And today, we are sitting down with you, just like two old friends, to have the kind of honest, real conversation that nobody else is having with you right now.
This is not just an English lesson today.
This is a reminder
A reminder that you are closer than you think,
that your hard days are not wasted days.
and that the English speaker you are working so hard to become is already inside you.
Just waiting to come out.
So take a breath, get comfortable, and stay with us until the very end.
Because what we have for you today might just be the most important episode you have ever watched on this channel.
Welcome to Mr. Daily English Podcast. I'm Amelia.
And I'm Michael, and we are so glad you are here today.
Let us begin.
Amelia, I want to start today with something really honest, something that most English learning channels never talk about. Can I share something personal with you?
Of course, Michael, always.
I remember a period in my English learning journey when I just felt completely and utterly exhausted. Not physically tired, but emotionally tired. The kind of tired that comes from trying so hard for so long and still not feeling good enough.
That kind of tired is so real and so heavy. It is different from being physically tired because sleep does not fix it.
Exactly. I would wake up in the morning and think, I have been working on this for months. Why does it still feel so hard? Why does it still feel so far away?
And what did that voice inside your head tell you during those moments?
It told me to stop. It told me I was wasting my time. It told me that some people are just naturally good at languages, and I was not one of them.
And did you believe it?
For a while, honestly, yes. I started pulling back. I started studying less. I started avoiding English situations because I didn't want to face how far I still had to go.
That pulling back, that avoidance, I think so many people listening right now know exactly what that feels like.
I think they do. And what I want them to know is that feeling that way does not make you weak. It does not make you a failure. It makes you human. It makes you someone who cares deeply about something that's genuinely difficult.
And caring deeply about something difficult is one of the bravest things a person can do.
It really is. The people who never feel tired are usually the people who never try anything truly challenging.
So if you are feeling tired right now, that tiredness is actually proof of your effort, proof of your commitment, proof that you are in the arena, trying, while so many others are watching from the sidelines.
And being in the arena, even when you're tired, even when you're struggling, that's something to be genuinely proud of.
Michael, let us have a real, honest conversation about what this tiredness actually feels like, because I think naming it, describing it, helps people feel less alone in it.
I love that idea, because so often we keep these feelings locked up inside, and the moment you say them out loud, you realize, oh, other people feel this too.
Exactly. So tell me, when you were going through that difficult period, what did a typical hard day actually look like for you?
Honestly, it usually started with something small. I would try to say something in English and it would come out wrong. Or I would watch a video in English and realize I had missed so many words. And instead of just moving on, my brain would take that one small failure and blow it up into something enormous.
What kind of thoughts would come up?
Things like, see, you still can't speak properly. You have been working on this for months and you still make basic mistakes. Everyone else seems to be improving faster than you. Maybe you just don't have what it takes.
Those thoughts are so cruel and so convincing when you're already tired.
Incredibly convincing. Because when you're exhausted, your brain doesn't have the energy to push back against them. So you just believe them. You accept them as the truth.
And what did those thoughts make you want to do?
Give up. Or at least take a break that slowly turned into permanently stopping.
I've been there too. There was a time when I felt like I was the only person in my circle who was still struggling with English. Everyone else seemed so confident, so natural, and I felt like I was still at the beginning, even after all the work I'd put in.
That comparison is so dangerous, looking at other people's highlight reel and comparing it to your behind-the-scenes struggle.
Exactly. You never see how hard the person you're comparing yourself to actually worked to get where they are. You only see the result, not the years of struggle and failure and getting back up that came before it.
And that comparison, that unfair, invisible comparison, robs you of the ability to appreciate how far you yourself have actually come.
It really does. And here's what I wish someone had told me during those hard, tired days. The people who seem most confident in English right now had days just like yours. They just kept going through them.
They kept going. That's the real difference. Not talent, not intelligence, not natural ability.
Just keeping going, even on the tired days, even on the hard days, even on the days when every part of you wants to stop.
Amelia, I want to share something that completely changed the way I think about difficult days, something that turned the hard days into something I almost welcomed.
I'm listening.
There's a concept in psychology called post-traumatic growth. It's the idea that some of our most significant personal development happens not in spite of our hardest experiences, but because of them.
That's so powerful. The struggle is not separate from the growth. The struggle is the growth.
Exactly. And in English learning, I believe the same principle applies completely. The days when you feel most confused, most overwhelmed, most like you're going backwards, those are often the days when your brain is doing its most important work.
Because learning is not always visible progress. Sometimes learning looks like confusion. Sometimes it looks like making more mistakes than usual. Sometimes it looks like feeling completely overwhelmed by something new.
And from the outside, or even from the inside, that can feel like failure, but it's not failure at all. It's your brain reorganizing, restructuring, making new connections that will eventually, suddenly, click into place.
Like a puzzle, you spend hours with the pieces scattered and nothing makes sense. And then suddenly one piece connects to another and then another, and within minutes the whole picture starts to appear.
And if you had given up during the scattered pieces phase, you never would have seen the picture.
Never. And the picture, your fluent, natural, confident English, is so close, even when it doesn't feel that way.
Especially when it doesn't feel that way. Because the moments of greatest doubt are often right before the moments of greatest breakthrough.
So on your next hard day, when everything feels scattered and nothing makes sense, remember that. The picture is forming. You just can't see it yet.
But it is forming. I promise you. It's forming every single day.
Michael, let us get really practical now, because I know that when someone is in the middle of a hard day, they don't just need inspiration. They need something concrete, something they can actually do right now.
Absolutely. So here are real practical things you can do on the days when you feel tired and want to give up.
The first thing, and this might sound surprising, is to give yourself full permission to feel terrible about it.
Not to push the feeling away, not to pretend you're fine, but to actually sit with it for a few minutes, acknowledge it. Say out loud, "This is hard. I am tired today. I'm struggling today." And that's okay.
Because the moment you stop fighting the feeling, it loses a lot of its power over you. You're no longer spending energy resisting it. You're just acknowledging it. And then you can choose what to do next.
The second thing, reduce your expectations for that day to almost zero. On a hard day, your only job is not to quit.
Not to study perfectly, not to make huge progress. Just don't quit. Even if that means your English practice for the day is just listening to this podcast while you make dinner. Even if it's just writing one English sentence in your notebook before you sleep.
Any tiny connection with English on a hard day is a victory, because it keeps the habit alive, it keeps the relationship warm, and it keeps you in the game for tomorrow.
The third thing, look back instead of forward, because on hard days, looking forward at how far you still have to go can feel overwhelming, but looking back at how far you have already come, that can give you real, genuine strength.
Go back and find something from your early English days, an old notebook, an old recording, an old conversation, and compare it to where you are right now, because I guarantee you'll see progress that you have completely forgotten about.
Progress that you are taking for granted right now, things that used to be incredibly difficult for you that are now completely effortless, things you learned so well that you forgot you ever had to learn them.
That's real progress. That's real growth. And it happened because you kept going on the hard days.
The fourth thing, reach out to someone. Come to our comment section. Write something honest. Write, "Today was a hard day," or "I'm feeling really tired of this," or "I almost gave up today."
Because the moment you write it, the moment you share it, you're no longer alone in it. And you'll be amazed at how many people reply saying, "Me too.
I feel that too. You are not alone, because you are not. Not here, not ever. This community, this Mr. Daily English family, is full of people on exactly the same journey as you, having the same hard days, feeling the same tired feelings, and still showing up.
Still showing up. That is the key. That is everything.
Michael, I want to do something a little different now. I want to read something I wrote for anyone listening today who is genuinely thinking about giving up their English journey. Would that be okay?
Please, I think this is exactly what today's episode needs.
This is a letter to you, the tired English learner. Dear tired English learner, I see you. I see the hours you have put in, the early mornings, the late nights, the notebooks full of vocabulary you were afraid you would forget, the podcasts you listened to on your commute, the English videos you watched when you could have been watching something in your own language. I see the embarrassment you felt when you said the wrong word, the frustration when you could not find the right phrase, the loneliness of working so hard at something and still not feeling good enough. I see all of it, and I want you to know none of it was wasted, not one single minute. Because here's what I know about you. You are not the kind of person who gives up easily. If you were, you would have stopped a long time ago. But you are still here, still trying, still showing up, even today, even when it is hard. And that quiet, persistent, brave refusal to quit is the most important quality any English learner can possibly have. More important than talent, more important than a good memory, more important than having the perfect study plan. You have what it takes. You have always had what it takes. You just cannot see it yet because you are too deep inside the journey. But one day, and I genuinely believe this with everything I have, one day you're going to look back at this exact moment, this tired, struggling, difficult moment, and you are going to be so unspeakably grateful that you did not give up today. Because the English speaker you are becoming, the confident, natural, fluent version of you, is real. They exist, and they are waiting for you on the other side of this hard day. So please, keep going, not for anyone else, not to impress anyone, not to prove anything to anyone. Keep going for you, because you deserve to speak this language with the confidence and the beauty that you have always been capable of. You are closer than you think. You always were. With love, Amelia, and Michael, and the entire Mr. Daily English family.
That was beautiful, Amelia. Truly beautiful.
I meant every single word of it.
I know you did, and I think everyone listening right now felt something while hearing that.
I hope they did, because every word of it is true.
Before we finish, let's collect some of the most powerful and useful phrases from today's conversation, natural English expressions you can use immediately.
In the arena, actively participating and trying, even when it is difficult and uncomfortable. Example, you are in the arena every single day. That's something to be incredibly proud of.
Highlight reel. The best and most impressive moments someone chooses to show others, hiding the struggles behind the scenes. Example, stop comparing your journey to someone else's highlight reel. You never see their hard days.
Behind the scenes, the hidden, difficult parts of something that people don't usually see. Example, everyone sees the fluent English speaker. Nobody sees the years of struggle behind the scenes.
Click into place. When something suddenly makes sense or works perfectly after a period of confusion. Example, after months of confusion with phrasal verbs, one day everything just clicked into place.
Persistent, continuing steadily and firmly despite difficulty or opposition. Example, your quiet, persistent refusal to give up is your greatest strength.
Unspeakably grateful. So grateful that words cannot fully express it. Example, one day you will be unspeakably grateful that you didn't give up today.
These phrases are beautiful and powerful. Write them down, use them, make them part of your English voice.
And that is everything for today's very special episode of Mr. Daily English Podcast.
Today was not just an English lesson. Today was a conversation, an honest, real human conversation about the journey you are on and what it really takes to see it through.
And we hope from the very bottom of our hearts that today gave you something you needed. Whether it was encouragement, whether it was the feeling of being understood, whether it was the simple but powerful reminder that you are not alone.
Now, before you go, we have one request, just one. Come down to the comments section right now and write one honest sentence. Tell us how you're feeling about your English journey today. Tell us if today was a hard day. Tell us what keeps you going. Tell us anything at all.
Because every comment you write, every honest word you share creates a community, a real, warm, human community of English learners who are all on the same journey, supporting each other, encouraging each other, reminding each other to keep going.
And that community, this Mr. Daily English family, is one of the most beautiful things we have ever been part of, and it exists because of you, every single one of you.
If today's episode gave you even one small spark, one small moment of, yes, I needed that, please give this video a like right now. That one tap helps this message reach thousands more tired English learners who need to hear it today.
And please, please share this episode with someone who is struggling with their English right now, someone who is tired, someone who is thinking about giving up. Send it to them today, because it might be exactly what they need to hear.
If you're not yet part of the Mr. Daily English family, hit that red subscribe button right now and turn on the notification bell. Because every single week, without fail, we bring you brand new real English conversations just like today's to help you grow a little more every single day.
And next week, we have something really special waiting for you. We're going to teach you how to speak about your dreams and your future goals in beautiful, confident, natural English, the kind of English that makes people stop and really listen.
That's one episode you absolutely cannot miss. So subscribe now, turn on the bell, and we'll see you there.
Until then, take care of yourself.
Rest when you need to rest.
Practice when you can practice.
And on the days when everything feels heavy and impossible,
Remember the letter.
remember that you are in the arena.
Remember that you are closer than you think.
Remember that this community, your Mr. Daily English family,
Is right here with you.
every single step of the way.
This is Amelia.
This is Michael,
We are so incredibly proud of you.
every single one of you.
Don't give up.
Never give up. See you next day.